week, Lab TV travels to the Walter Reed Army Institute of Research in Silver Spring, Maryland, where scientists are developing a powerful new weapon to fight against the world's most deadly disease, malaria. For millions of people throughout the world, the mosquito is a killer. That's because it carries the most dangerous disease of all, malaria.
Malaria is a protozoal disease that is transmitted by mosquitoes, and it gets into humans as well as other mammals, birds, reptiles, and it causes a disease.
And this disease infects more than 300 million people each year, most of them in South America, Africa, India, and Southeast Asia.
It's a horrible disease, and unfortunately it affects mostly children in the world, and it's got a devastating toll. 3,000 kids a day die from malaria in Africa.
Dr. Weina and his team are working to develop a cure. At their lab, they grow the mosquitoes that carry malaria. This is the adult female Anopheles mosquito. She lays almost 3,000 eggs during her short life. And to lay her eggs, she needs to eat blood. In the cycle of disease, she is called a vector, and her prey is called a host. When she feeds, she transmits the malaria parasite.
They're extremely attracted to heat and carbon dioxide. It's how they find their prey. They will start going to my hands, which are body temperature really warm, and you can start seeing an outline of my hand.
She jabs her stinger, injects her saliva, and draws out blood. Then the parasite enters the bloodstream and infects the host. In a few weeks, he starts feeling sick.
When you get malaria, malaria looks like the flu. But what ends up happening is that if it's left untreated, as the parasites continue to multiply, you get more and more and more of them, and actually destroy all your red blood cells, and eventually will end up killing you.
The current malaria drugs don't always work. So Dr. Weina and his team are developing a cure based on an ancient Chinese treatment for fever.
It's actually an extract of a weed that grows all over the world, called the sweet wormwood or Artemisine annua. And our medicinal chemist wanted to take a look at this weed and see, it works for fever. Maybe if we can figure out why it works for fever, we could use it.
So they collected the plants, dried them, and then extracted all the compounds.
And then all of those different components are then put into culture plates. And the culture plates all have malaria in it, similar to what we have here with the malaria inside of the red blood cells. And we put the drug in with the parasite, and if it kills the parasite, you go, oh, well, that might be interesting.
They were able to find the compound that killed the malaria parasite, and then spent years refining it. After the drug proved to be safe in healthy volunteers, they were finally able to give it to people with malaria.
And this work was just, it was just so gratifying, because we saw people that were dying, and you put the drug in, and virtually before your eyes, they got better. In hours rather than days, or in hours rather than weeks, they were getting better. The drug itself acts almost like a nuclear bomb inside of the red blood cell where the parasite is. The parasite creates this free iron radical. It sets off the bomb, and the bomb just completely goes off and devastates the parasite without causing any problems to the rest of the body. It's a remarkable drug.
And now, this amazing drug, Artesunate, is scheduled to receive FDA approval and will be able to start saving lives all over the world.
I had no opportunity for education before joining the Army. I started as a private, and through the Army I've been able to get educated. I've been able to find a passion for doing something. So here I am 32 years later, still doing it, still loving it, and still feeling like I'm making a contribution.
To find out more about malaria and this brand new drug, check out labtvonline.org.